When can anger protect deeper vulnerabilities such as fear, shame, pain, rejection?
Anger is one of those really interesting emotions because it serves so many different functions. For some people, anger is their armor. And I don't want to, again, excuse any anger. And I'm not saying that anger is always a secondary emotion. It can sometimes be the primary emotion. But more than anything, anger is protective. And it's protective usually because it is a far easier emotion for our nervous system to accept and experience than something vulnerable. So fear, grief, shame, helplessness, rejection, emotional pain, emotional abandonment, actual abandonment, all of these emotions can leave a person feeling not just vulnerable, but exposed. And for a lot of us, feeling exposed is far too dangerous. If you're walking through a battlefield and you don't have armor and there's arrows flying everywhere, that is terrifying. And just imagine, say, a child going through that, living in a chaotic household, a chaotic environment, and they feel exposed. They feel vulnerable. They feel like they're in danger all the time. Suddenly, anger being worn as armor makes a lot of sense because having to sit with the more exposed emotions like fear, grief, helplessness, it needs and requires recognition that something hurt us, someone hurt us, that we have a need that wasn't accepted or that wasn't acknowledged or wasn't granted or given to us, or that maybe someone important didn't love us enough or protect us or choose us. That is so much more difficult to sit with and to be with and to acknowledge and accept than just straight anger. So anger can move us from a more exposed nervous system position into more of an energetic, protective state. It gives us something to do. Some people go into arguing. We might try to defend ourselves. We might blame others. We might push people away, try to regain control. We might turn things around and focus entirely on the other person, as you and I talked about in my last interview when we talked about Darvo. But again, this does not mean that the anger is false. The anger is valid, but we always want to ask, okay, what is this anger trying to protect? What is the function? What is the purpose of this anger? And I always like to ask that question and then follow it up with, if the person was unable to access the anger in that moment, what would have happened instead? What would be the consequence? What would be the circumstance if they did not have access to anger in the moments where they usually use it? That will usually tell us, okay, what is this anger trying to protect in the moment? And it could be vulnerability, it could be grief, it could be having to acknowledge that our parents did not love us in the ways that we needed, or our family did not accept us in the ways that we needed, or society will never accept us the way that we are. All of that is valid. The anger is valid, the grief is valid, the fear, pain, shame, all of it is valid, but we just want to understand, what is the anger trying to cover up? What is it trying to protect us from actually feeling and experiencing?
Mhm. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.